What's up YouTube? And of course I'm back with Rexy doing another reaction video, and I'm also joined with
Frank, Skittles Broth Skittles.
And we have obviously another reaction video, as I've said. And it's most evil pictures, or
most evil teachers ever exist.
So let's get straight into this.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are some unfortunate students who have very good reason to feel negatively toward their teacher. 10 most evil school teachers to ever exist. Be prepared for disturbing footage. Flogging. It's understandable that young children at preschool might not make it to the bathroom in time. Most teachers would treat a delicate incident like this with sensitivity, but this teacher in Africa responded in the most brutal way when a 3-year-old boy wet himself. The tiny child was mercilessly flogged. The marks covering his body are truly horrific. It's no wonder the boy's family stormed the school. The teacher was later arrested. Biting. When you hear a biting incident in a preschool, you assume it involves 2 kids. You don't expect it to involve the teacher. In Northern Virginia, a preschool teacher allegedly bit a 13-month-old boy after he bit another teacher. Police said the boy had a bite mark on his shoulder. Teresa Brown was charged with assault and battery. Nadia Chaudhry, co-owner of the school, was charged with failing to report the incident to the authorities. Attacking. Teenage students sometimes yell at their teachers. You certainly don't expect a teacher to retaliate physically, but that's exactly what happened at Pengdian High School in China. When a 16-year-old girl allegedly got into an argument with her teacher over schoolwork, he hit her over the head with a book. She fought back but was quickly beaten down. A fellow student filmed the incident. Footage showed other students crying and 2 male students stepping in to stop the attack. The girl was treated at the hospital for her injuries and the teacher was suspended, although the girl's parents apparently forgave him. Bullying. It's awful enough when students bully each other, but when the teacher gets involved too, it's even worse. Video footage of a 13-year-old boy being bullied by his classmates and teacher went viral a few months after the incident occurred at Kopachuk Middle School in Washington State. It shows the 8th grader being dragged, buried under chairs, and having his sock stuffed in his mouth by his peers. Then teacher John Rossi joined in, poking him in the stomach and pretending to sit on him, saying, "I'm feeling kind of gassy." Rossi was suspended and moved to a different middle school, and the boy did the same. Rossi apologized for the incident, but considered it to be harmless childhood horseplay. Beating. You don't expect to be beaten for running late to class, but that's what happened to 15-year-old Christoph John in Brooklyn. When his security card didn't work, the Westinghouse Career and Technical Education High School student tried to go through anyway. Teacher Stefan Hudson was caught on surveillance tape grabbing Christoph, dragging him around and slamming him into a table. The tiny student, barely over 5 feet tall, ended up on the ground. His mom, Diane John, sought criminal charges against the teacher and tried to sue the city for $5.5 million. She also claimed school officials attempted to cover up the truth by blaming her son. It wasn't until Diane was shown video footage by the Daily News that she saw her son wasn't to blame. Taping. Sometimes kids have difficulty sitting still. It's an extreme reaction to physically restrain such a child by literally taping them down. But that's exactly what Christian Washington's teacher did. The 9-year-old vision-impaired student said his teacher wrapped tape around his chest and legs to keep him in his chair at the Friendship Below Pierce Junior Academy in Washington, D.C. The 4th grader spoke about how the teacher and the rest of the class laughed at him. He told his mom, Tarek Washington, about the incident, and she filed a complaint. Treadmill punishment. A teacher of autistic children in Wales, UK, was struck off after her severe punishments were revealed. Glenda Partridge forced autistic pupils to run on a treadmill. She also took their food away and dragged them across the floor by their collars. Her behavior came to light after the headmaster received complaints and the police were brought in to investigate. The teacher was fired after an internal inquiry. After a hearing, she received a minimum 3-year classroom ban for her unacceptable professional conduct. Hangman. A teacher in Essex, UK, was fired after her macabre punishment came to light. Anna Banka had a disturbing method for disciplining children who misbehaved in her elementary school class. Pupils who didn't sit quietly when she rang a bell were made to wear a gruesome placard. It was a picture of a child with a noose around its neck. The teacher called it being caught by the hangman. At a committee hearing, the supply teacher at Shaw Primary School claimed it was a behavior management technique. Spraying. Most teachers don't use air fresheners in class, let alone spray it directly at pupils. But that's what Elizabeth Davies did at her elementary school in Wales, UK. It gets worse though. The teacher was sacked after she sprayed the Bangladeshi children in her class when she said she could smell curry. Before she used the aerosol, she would say, "There's a waft coming from paradise." As well as spraying aerosol, it was alleged she washed pupils' hands in disinfectant at Hafford Primary School. A disciplinary panel found her guilty and she was removed from the teaching register for at least 2 years. Facelifting. Any parent of a 6-year-old would want their child to be in safe hands while at school. So you'd be horrified if you saw surveillance footage of those supposed safe hands lifting your son up by his face. That's what happened in Wharton, Ohio when Barb Williams saw kindergarten pupil Ian Nelson in the hallway of Riverdale School. The footage shows the teacher picking Ian up, putting him against the wall, and lifting him by his face and then his shirt. She was suspended and then resigned after the tape went public. The teacher was later given a suspended 30-day jail term on the condition she attended anger management classes. What was your worst experience with the teacher?
So that's the end of that video. And I want to give a shout out to the Torco who actually made this video for us. And just remember, it's not snitching if it's something like that. It's still snitching, like. So yeah, remember to snitch and not snitch, like, you know what I mean. But if this happens to be the first video you've seen by me, remember to subscribe, like, and until next time,
Subscribe to me, Rage Games. I'm soon going to be Skittles Bro Gaming. Skittles Bro.
bro.
Bye.